Crumbs from his table by Ramanananda Swarnagiri. Chapter 7. Control of Mind. Mind alone is the cause of man's bondage and freedom. Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Disciple. I have not yet learned to control my mind, so I intend to seek Ekantavasam in North India and want Sri Bhagavan's grace. Bhagavan, you have come all the way to Tiruvannamalai for Ekantavasam, and that in the immediate presence and vicinity of Ramana Bhagavan, yet you do not appear to have obtained the mental quiet. You now want to go somewhere else, and from there you will desire to go to some other place. At this rate, there will be no end to your travels. You do not realize that it is your mind that drives you in this manner. Control that first, and you will be happy wherever you are. I do not know if you have read Swami Vivekananda's lectures. It is my impression that he has somewhere told the story of a man trying to bury his shadow and finding that over every sod of earth he put in the grave he had dug for it, it only appeared again, so that it could never be buried. Such is the case of a person who tries to bury his thoughts. One must therefore attempt to get at the very bottom from which thought springs and root out thought, mind, and desire. Disciple, when I spent an hour or two on the hill yonder, I sometimes found even better peace than here, which suggests that a solitary place is after all more conducive to mind control. Bhagavan, true, but if you had stayed there for an hour longer, you would have found that place too not giving you the calm of which you speak. Control the mind, and even hell will be heaven to you. All other talk of solitude, living in a forest, etc. is more prattle. Disciple, if solitude and abandonment of home were not required, where then was the necessity for Sri Bhagavan to come here in his 17th year? Bhagavan, if the same force that took this here should take you also out of your home, by all means let it. But there is no use of your deserting your home by an effort of your own. Your duty lies in practice, continuous practice of self-enquiry. Disciple, is it not necessary to seek the company of the wise, the saints and sages? Bhagavan, yes, but the best satsangam is inhering in yourself. It is also the real guhavasam, living in the cave. Dwelling in the cave is retiring into yourself. Association with the wise will certainly help a great deal. Disciple, I appear to get the same stillness of thought by tracing the root of the mantra which I repeat, as I would if I put the who am I inquiry. Is there any harm in my continuing the mantra in this manner, or is it essential I should only use who am I? Bhagavan, no. You can trace the root of any thought or mantra and continue to do so till you have an answer to your query. Disciple, what is the effect of japas or mantras? Bhagavan, diversion. The mind is a channel, a swift current of thoughts, and a mantra is a bund or dam put up in the way of this current to divert the water to where it is needed. Disciple, sometime after the stillness of thought intervened, I used to hear first some sound resembling that which one would hear if he were in the midst of or near a rolling mill, and then a little later a sound like that of a steam engine whistle. This was only during meditation when I was at home, but here the sound is heard at all times, irrespective of whether I am before you or I am walking round the ashram. Note, the present experience is that the sound is like that of a humming bee. Bhagwan, ask who hears the sound. Repeat the question now and then.